picture this. You are absolutely, without a shadow of a doubt, 68% certain that a major global event is about to happen.
Right.
You don't just tweet about it, You actually put your own hard-earned money on the line.
Yeah.
And then, in a matter of hours, the exact opposite occurs. Your certainty shatters, and your money it simply evaporates.
It is a brutal reality check. But honestly, that's exactly what makes the data we are looking at today so incredibly valuable.
Exactly.
We are looking at the raw, unvarnished truth of financial consequence.
Well, welcome to the deep dive. Today, we are opening up a massive stack of data from the May 7 prediction market updates.
And this isn't your standard polling data.
No, not at all. We aren't looking at opinion polls, and we definitely aren't reading think pieces. We are looking at a global crystal ball, powered entirely by people putting their money exactly where their mouth is.
Right.
And what this data is showing us, what all these millions of dollars are currently pointing toward, is a massive global realignment.
A vibe shift, really.
Yeah, a huge one. We are seeing old political eras end and a multi-trillion-dollar technological era begin.
And, that theme of realignment is just undeniable across the board today.
Yeah.
Prediction markets give us this completely unique lens because having financial skin in the game, it strips away the usual noise.
Oh, 100%.
I mean, people can say whatever they want on social media to sound smart, but when they actually have to wager their own capital, their true beliefs come out very quickly.
Okay, let's unpack this because the most shocking data point from the May 7 update perfectly illustrates that evaporation of certainty I just mentioned.
Yeah, the India data.
Right. The #1 trending topic globally right now on Polymarket, breaking international volume records, is the fallout from the 2026 India Assembly elections.
Specifically, West Bengal.
Exactly. The state of West Bengal,
Right.
the Bharatiya Janata Party, or BJP, pulled off a historic victory there. They secured 207 out of 294 seats.
Which, that fundamentally redrew the political map in that entire region.
Completely redrew it. But here is the wild part. Just days before the result, prediction markets had priced in a 68% probability that the incumbent Trinamool Congress, the TMC, would retain their majority.
68% is a huge margin in these markets.
It's massive. Traders poured money into that assumption, and when the BJP swept the state, those traders experienced an absolute bloodbath, just a total wipeout.
Yeah. And looking at this with strict impartiality, without taking any political sides here, the saffron sweep in West Bengal is really just one piece of a much larger structural realignment happening across Indian politics right now.
Right.
The ripple effects are showing up in other state-level prediction markets, too.
Like where?
Well, for instance, in Kerala, capital's heavily flowing toward the United Democratic Front, the UDF, returning to power.
Okay.
And meanwhile, down in Tamil Nadu, you have this completely new variable. The actor Vijay recently launched his own political party, the TVK. Yeah. And the markets are currently pricing them in as a formidable third force, which is totally disrupting the traditional two-party dominance down there.
So we have all these regional power structures shifting at exactly the same time.
Exactly.
But the market doesn't just, sit there and mourn its losses from the West Bengal's surprise, right? The traders who got wiped out are gone, but the money keeps moving.
It never stops. And this is where the macroeconomic impact really comes into play. The capital instantly pivoted from those state-level outcomes to the broader national implications.
Okay.
Traders are now actively pricing a 65% probability of a sustained election rally in the Nifty 50 index stretching through the end of May.
Let me just clarify for everyone. The Nifty 50 is essentially India's benchmark stock market index, right? It tracks the top 50 largest companies.
That's right. The market is betting that this whole political realignment will fuel investor confidence, leading to a major surge in those top 50 companies.
Okay, I have to push back on this quite a bit because I'm looking at this data and I'm seeing a collective hive mind of traders who were totally embarrassingly blindsided by the West Bengal outcome.
They got it completely wrong.
Right. They gave the TMC a 68% chance of winning right before they got crushed. So why should you, our listener, put any faith whatsoever in their new 65% confidence that the Nifty 50 is going to rally?
That's a fair point.
It feels a bit like trusting a weather forecaster who just slept through a hurricane, or a financial advisor who just gambled away your retirement fund to pick your next stock.
It is a completely fair skepticism. If this were a single human pundit on TV who got it that wrong, you absolutely shouldn't trust them ever again.
Right.
But a prediction market isn't a single entity. It is an evolutionary system. It self-corrects, and it does so through financial pain.
Wait, what do you mean by evolutionary?
Think about the mechanics of what just happened. The people who were wrong about West Bengal didn't just get a bruised ego. They lost real capital.
Oh, I see.
Their money was physically removed from their accounts and transferred into the hands of the minority of traders who actually spotted the underlying trend of the BJP surge.
Ah. So the market effectively fired the bad forecasters.
Exactly. It defunded them.
Wow.
The market today is fundamentally smarter than the market yesterday because the trading capital is now concentrated in the hands of the people whose models were proven correct.
That makes a lot of sense.
Right.
Right.
So that 65% probability on the Nifty 50 rally isn't being driven by the people who were wrong. It's being driven by the surviving, validated capital.
It's ruthless.
It's an incredibly ruthless environment, yeah. But that financial Darwinism is how the market filters the signal from the noise.
Okay, I get it now. The bad actors literally can't afford to make predictions anymore.
Exactly.
So if we follow where that validated capital is flowing next, we start moving away from the messy, kind of chaotic crowdsourcing of global politics.
Right.
And we start moving toward a sector where the smart money is expressing absolute staggering certainty right now.
Yes. The transition into this multi-trillion-dollar tech era.
Right. Specifically, the future of space commerce. We are shifting our focus to the looming SpaceX IPO.
Which is huge.
According to the Kalshi prediction market, there is currently a massive 91% probability of an initial public offering announcement before July 4.
91%. That is near certainty in these markets.
And this isn't just speculative chatter. Here's where it gets really interesting. The granular details are starting to leak into the market data.
Yeah, the timeline is getting very specific.
SpaceX has reportedly retained 21 investment firms for a roadshow that is set to begin on June 8.
And on top of that, we are seeing heavy betting volume indicating that the S1 prospectus will actually drop between May 18 and May 22.
Okay, let's break down why that S1 filing is such a big deal. Because, to most people, it just sounds like standard corporate paperwork.
Right.
But the markets are treating it like it's the holy grail.
It really is the ultimate demystification document. An S1 is the foundational registration form a company must file with the SEC before going public.
Okay.
For a private company like SpaceX, it means opening the books completely. And what's fascinating here is the sheer scale of the valuation target being priced into these markets.
The numbers are insane.
We are looking at a historic $1.75 trillion to $2 trillion target.
Trillion. With a T.
With a T.
Yeah.
Right. And to justify a number with that many zeros, institutional investors need way more than just, cool videos of rockets landing on drone ships.
Yeah, the hype isn't enough anymore.
Exactly. They need to see the underlying economics. The S1 will force SpaceX to make the deeply guarded financial realities of Starlink's satellite internet and the Starship program completely public.
So no more secrets.
None. We will finally see the profit margins, the cash burn rate, the recurring revenue models, all of it.
It's like taking a visionary artist's sketch and forcing them to produce the actual structural engineering blueprints.
That's a great way to put it.
For years, we've marveled at the science fiction of it all. Willy Wonka's factory, basically. But an S1 filing forces that sci-fi magic to conform to concrete, boring financial mathematics.
And that specific transition from private, visionary mystery to public, accountable mathematics, that is what truly defines the start of a new technological era.
It's the maturity phase.
Exactly. It's the moment a disruptive idea matures into a foundational pillar of the global economy. Once they're public, they aren't just answering to a few venture capitalists behind closed doors.
Right.
They have to justify their existence through quarterly earnings to the entire global market.
But, space hardware isn't the only technology experiencing a massive public reckoning right now.
No, not at all.
The very same data stack shows a fierce, high-stakes battle over the software of the future, and it involves the exact same prominent figure at the center of that SpaceX IPO.
The Elon Musk versus OpenAI trial.
Right. So this trial is currently entering its second full week in Oakland. And while the markets are 91% certain about SpaceX going public, they are incredibly divided on this courtroom battle.
Well, it's important to frame what's actually happening here. Keeping our strictly impartial lens, the stakes of this trial go far beyond the specific legal grievances between Musk and OpenAI's leadership.
It's bigger than just a contract dispute.
Much bigger. For the prediction markets and really for the broader tech ecosystem, this trial has become the ultimate public referendum on how artificial intelligence should be governed going forward.
The battle between open and closed systems.
Precisely. Will the next generation of AI be built on open source, nonprofit, transparent principles? Or will it be governed by closed, proprietary, deeply corporatized structures?
It's a massive philosophical divide, but the prediction market behavior around this trial is fascinating to me because it's so incredibly volatile.
It really is.
Following the recent testimony from OpenAI's Greg Brockman, Musk's win probability on Kalshi has just been bouncing all over the place.
Yeah, wild swings.
It's swinging back and forth between a mere 53% and 56%. It is practically a coin toss right now.
Which is a very stark contrast to the overwhelming consensus we just saw with the SpaceX timeline.
Exactly. And this brings me back to my skepticism about crowd wisdom.
Okay, let's hear it.
Are the people trading on this Oakland trial actually sitting at home analyzing complex legal precedents? Are they parsing through California breach of contract law and fiduciary duty?
Probably not.
Right, or is this essentially just a high-stakes popularity contest? Because, I gotta be honest, it feels less like a measured legal prediction and more like two massive fan bases treating a federal court case like a reality TV finale.
Just betting on their favorite character.
Exactly, just betting on who they like more.
Well, this raises an important question about the limits of prediction markets.
Okay.
When an outcome is based on physics or engineering timelines or strict financial multiples, like the SpaceX IPO, the crowd can calculate probabilities with cold, rational precision. The market hums along perfectly. But when an outcome relies on a human judge or a jury,
it gets messy.
Very messy. And when the personalities involved have highly polarized, incredibly vocal followings, the prediction market pool can become polluted by raw sentiment.
So the people betting aren't necessarily predicting the law. They're projecting their own hopes.
Yes, that 53 to 56% volatility isn't necessarily a reflection of actual daily legal maneuvering in the courtroom. It's reflecting narrative momentum.
Ah, I see.
The traders are betting on how they perceive the trial is going in the court of public opinion, hoping that the public vibe somehow mirrors the actual courtroom reality.
Which is a huge gamble.
It is. It shows us that prediction markets are incredibly powerful, but they aren't totally immune to tribalism.
Okay, so we've looked at the certainty of controlling the hardware of the future with SpaceX and the total uncertainty of who will control the software with AI.
Right.
But what happens when the underlying foundation that both of those things rely on simply breaks?
You're referring to the internet's foundational architecture.
Exactly. There is a very niche, long-tail market trending right now on Polymarket that tracks something called Project 11 warnings.
Yeah, this one is intense.
For those who aren't familiar, Project 11 is essentially a forecasting framework that tracks low probability but massively high-impact global events.
Think geopolitical black swans or catastrophic technological shifts.
Exactly. And the specific Project 11 warning lighting up the boards right now is the countdown to Q-Day.
The quantum moment.
Right. So what does this all mean? Q-Day is the theoretical point in time when quantum computers become powerful enough to shatter the encryption standards that currently protect literally everything on the internet.
Everything.
And the market is now pegging a high probability that this could happen as early as 2030.
If we connect this to the bigger picture, you realize immediately why this is the most critical realignment we've discussed today.
Oh, absolutely.
On the surface, if you just glance at Polymarket, the people most panicked about this right now are crypto traders.
Because it breaks the blockchain?
Exactly. The moment encryption breaks, the cryptographic locks on every decentralized ledger and crypto wallet become totally useless. But the implications go so far beyond cryptocurrency.
We are talking about everything, right? I mean, bank records, secure messaging, hospital databases.
Everything. Every secure connection you make.
Yeah.
To understand why, you just have to understand how a quantum computer differs from what you have on your desk right now.
Okay, give us the quick version.
Traditional computers use bits, ones, and zeros. They solve problems linearly, one calculation at a time.
Right.
But a quantum computer uses qubits, which can exist as both a 1 and a 0 simultaneously through a concept called superposition.
Which means they can test millions of combinations at the exact same time.
Exactly. The encryption that currently protects your bank account relies on math problems that are so incredibly complex, it would take a normal computer thousands of years to guess the right answer.
But a quantum computer,
A mature quantum computer could theoretically guess the answer in seconds. Which is why cybersecurity experts are frantically preparing for what they call the Great Migration.
the great migration to quantum-resistant security, It just sounds incredibly
That
daunting.
was massive.
It means we essentially have to rip out the foundational plumbing of our entire digital life and replace it before that 2030 deadline hits.
It is the largest infrastructure project the digital world has ever faced.
You know, it really reminds me of Y2K.
Yes, the parallels are definitely there.
I remember the panic leading up to the year 2000, where everyone was terrified that because computers only use 2 digits for the year, the calendars flipping from 99 to Abra would just cause the global financial system to crash.
Everyone thought airplanes were going to fall out of the sky.
Exactly. And we spent billions of dollars and years of effort going into legacy systems to fix the code. But there's a terrifying difference with Q-Day.
Y2K was an accident.
Yes. Y2K was a coding oversight. It was just a bug that we needed to patch.
Right.
Q-Day isn't a bug. Breaking the internet is the intended feature of these incredibly powerful new machines. We are actively, intentionally building the very thing that will render our current security completely obsolete.
Which is why watching where the money is betting on that 2030 timeline is so crucial.
Yeah.
The prediction market isn't waiting for an academic white paper to tell us when to panic. Traders are looking at the raw, real-time progress of quantum processing power. They're calculating the exact date of obsolescence, and they're putting their capital on the line.
It's a countdown clock.
It really acts as an aggressive, financially motivated alarm clock for the entire tech industry.
Okay, well, my existential dread is sufficiently spiked for one day.
I think everyone says.
We have covered global political realignments, the financial realities of space travel, philosophical courtroom battles over AI, and the impending doom of global encryption. I think we need to see what the crowds are doing to blow off some steam.
We definitely need a cultural palate cleanser.
Precisely. If we step away from the geopolitics and the IPOs for just a second, there is a massive, high-volume retail market on Kalshi, tracking the most-watched show from May 1st to May 7th.
And this gives us a fascinating look at where our shared attention actually goes when we aren't worrying about quantum computers breaking the internet.
And the winner, reflecting absolute, undeniable viral dominance this week, is Season 2 of Running Point.
Oh, of course.
It is currently sitting at a 99% probability of taking the #1 spot on the Luminate Top 50.
99%.
Yeah. It's oddly comforting, isn't it? While the entire geopolitical and technological world is violently realigning, we can all still manage to agree on exactly what to binge watch on a Tuesday night.
It serves as the ultimate shared cultural baseline.
Yeah.
But, if we synthesize everything we've analyzed today, that May 7th data stack really does paint a vivid, unified picture of a world in profound transition.
It really does.
We are tracking unpredictable structural political shifts in India that are instantly moving capital markets. We're quantifying the exact moment $2 trillion space economy transitions from private vision to public reality. We are measuring the volatile, sentiment-driven battle for the future of artificial intelligence in Oakland. And we are literally watching the countdown clock of quantum computing force a fundamental rewrite of the internet's security.
And that really is the true beauty of diving into these prediction markets. They strip away the endless punditry and the talking heads.
Exactly.
They force people to put cold, hard cash behind their beliefs, which gives you, the listener, a completely unique, unvarnished radar for the future.
A map of where we're actually going.
Yeah. But I want to leave you with a final thought today, something to just mull over as you navigate the news this week. Let's circle all the way back to the beginning of our deep dive.
Okay.
Think about that West Bengal election. A massive, globally distributed collective of financially motivated traders putting real money on the line was 68% certain of an outcome right before the exact opposite happened.
They were completely blind to it.
Exactly. So look around at the world today. What global event, what massive technological shift or political reality are these confident, self-assured markets entirely mispricing right now? What massive blind spot is staring us right in the face while the entire crowd is looking the exact opposite way?